can be a great people, Kal-El, they wish to be. They only lack the light to show the way.
Hey everybody, welcome to the video and welcome to the channel. We're going into Goodwill. I'm changing things up this week. We're going to a Goodwill which I typically go to later in the week. Today's Tuesday, so not one I go earlier in the week, or before Wednesday I should say. So just mix things up a little bit, trying to change up the routine and see if they have something different on, see if things are better on Tuesdays or maybe they're worse on Tuesdays. We'll see right now. Please like the video by hitting the thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel. But we're selling on eBay and Mercari. But let's get in there so we can buy low, sell high. And in the honor of changing things up a bit, we're going straight to the glass. Or I should say the pottery glassware section. Because typically we go to the glass counter first. That's not good. Piranha, it's interesting. I'm not familiar with piranha, but let's take a look. Put it to the side. What we have here. Foster Grant. Foster Grant. Iron Man. Iron Man. Whew. Okay, we'll take a look at those. A bunch of chickens. I was at another Goodwill earlier today, and they had a bunch of chickens. And the roosters over there, it's weird. Okay, let's get back on routine. I just saw that cart there, so I was like, I have to take a look. Those brooks are pretty good, but not for $65. Okay. Some good jewelry here. Not really seeing too much. That bracelet kind of has a Tiffany look to it, but I don't know. H. Bunch of H's on there. Some sort of maybe it's a dog collar? I might take a look at that later. Closer look. What is this? Minecraft. What is skateboards? Oh, there's a Star Wars set. Oh, that's an older one too. It's the Darth Vader. Oh, it's been opened. StarCraft game. Not sure what that is. I might want to look at that Star Wars game. I mean the Star Wars Lego set, and just see if there's anything cool about it. Maybe it's still sealed on the inside. Alright, what I'm going to do, I'm going to try to find some from the new gym. I'll find someone to help me here. Okay, so we went ahead and went through the glass. So let me show you what I picked up in the glass, which was at $10 and some change. Those wired ones. So not bad. Look at that. So we're going to do pretty good on that. The glasses are a big no. I'm going to put those back. Doggone it. Oh, look at this sticker there. By the way, good pizza Italian place, Tony and Alba's. That was funny. It's stickers there. It's in San Jose. It's over off of Stevens Creek. So if you guys are ever in the area, ever in San Jose, definitely a place to check out and eat. Okay. Nothing here. What is this? Words matter. This is from Costco. It's not a bad brand. It's still brand new and sealed. The season's not here, but rhinestone applicator kit. That device. Something for your tablet there. I believe this is sold at Target. Oil diffuser. $14. I'll look this up just because some of these Target branded items or brands that come specifically from Target can sometimes have a little bit of value, and I'm going to double check that. Wireless charging base. This little, what's in this empty, no, not empty, but just plain white box, nothing there. Sporting good. Light up baseball, that's interesting. 5 to 10 ESPN light up baseball. Well, let's take a look. Well, they might be worth it, but I feel it'll take a while to sell. These little guys. I think this is a really modern one, but I'm gonna take a look. Squish. For Squishmallow. $16. $5. Pokemon plush. No. Move on through. Excuse me. It's an RC. I'll take that. What is this? ESPN. No. Build drone. Solar robot.
Yeah, one should have the price on there.
Say,
Take this back. I'll be right back.
Department 56. They want
Do they have a
$6. There's another one. Oh, careful.
That's times 12, so no.
Decorative house by Rite Aid.
This has 22.
Let me scan these. Okay, we're coming back around. Let's see.
Okay, the manager helped me find the price, which is on one of these. So,
Oh, it is? Okay.
yeah. That's not bad for all that. Yeah, that's actually really good. So. Yeah, if you want, yeah, not a problem. Yeah. So, just find a good place for you to count.
Then I can just add those.
You can't add things that,
I can
no.
buy them separate, like.
Yeah, you buy them
create-
separate.
Yeah, to create my set.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Do I need to make sure that?
So yeah, you want to count them. Let's find a place for you to count them. So.
I know I see big plates inside and I see some small plates as well. Is this part of the food? I think these plates and then these little ones are all part of the same thing. But that is sold separately, these are sold separately.
Yeah, I got a table right here
Oh,
for you.
perfect, thank you.
Yeah. I don't know if the manager will be okay, but
Spending too much time on those. And it's not worth it. I was,
so yeah.
trying to determine if those were Department 56 or Lemax. They might, I don't know, they might, it all says Rite Aid Group, and I looked that up. It's not really going for that much. I would pick up this tree because that's really cool, except it's got some chips in the resin there. I mean, they're just not, you really gotta look out for Department 56 or a Lemax.
out to meet the woman at the dining room table over here. Just so you know. Okay.
Little candle holder. See a bunch of these trees. Like, these trees are kind of cool, but they all got little trips on the end. And again, with these roosters, they're so weird. Did somebody donate these? Did they buy something out? It's so strange. At the other Goodwill today, too, there were all these roosters and stuff. If you need dial refillable, we don't use this one, we use the liquid. No. Camelback. Looked like this was a gift or something. What do they want for it? $3? Shoot. Alright, let's see. Is anything good here in the wood? Yeah, in my area, I get the feeling, because it's Tuesday that we're out here. I'll finish my thought right now in a second. There's a buffalo, not to be confused with a bison. That's a buffalo. Look, two totally different animals. I'll always point that out because people always make that mistake. Let's go this way. Ooh. What? Why do these have a, Oh. I'm gonna look these, oh, let me finish my thought first. So, I'm gonna put all these in my cart first. These aren't old. I thought these were the older ones, but they're not. The packaging looks totally different. Put these in my cart and look these up. Pretty sure they're not worth it, but I'm gonna look them up anyway. Okay, I'm gonna put them in the cart. Okay. Those are secured. So in my area, I get the sense that on Senior Tuesday, all the seniors, people that get the discount, start at Savers. First thing in the morning. So everything opens at 10 o'clock here. Savers, Goodwills, they open at 10. And I get the sense that they all start at Savers. Because Savers, when I've gone that early, Savers is always jam-packed. Then, after spending some time there, they work their way out to the other thrift stores, such as Goodwills, and I don't think mom and pop ones do sales on Tuesday, but they start fanning out to all the different Goodwills, because then Goodwills are starting to get packed. That's just my own personal feeling, just based on me visiting these places on Tuesdays. So, I'm gonna look some of these up really quick. Okay, so we're back in the little baggy section, and the as I suspected, the Star Trek toys are not going to be worth it. There's always something that kind of baffles me, and that Star Trek toys, for the most part, aren't worth it at all to pick up. They don't resell well, even in brand new condition, new in the package, vintage, modern. They just don't. Just not really much of a the collectors for that just don't really pay up. And that's right. The December diamonds. What's this? And that's silly. And so, from a resale perspective, it's not going to be worth it, but collector perspective, I don't know. I don't think I'm going to get them. The thing is, I was never really into... I think the problem is, and I mean, if you guys are toy collectors, definitely leave a comment down below, is when it comes to Star Trek, there were really... I didn't really collect Star Trek toys when I was younger. I loved watching Star Trek, and I watched every single episode, but as far as the toys go, I was not really a collector of them. And when I was at Toys R Us as a kid, or KB Toys, wherever you guys buy your toys from, I really didn't see them out there. I saw Star Wars, I saw, Ninja Turtles, of course, stuff like that. But as far as Star Trek toys, I didn't really come across them, so maybe that's the reason. I just didn't, I and many others like me just didn't collect them when we were younger, so we don't really look for them now. I'm gonna open this really quick. Oh, yeah. Let's open this up here and see. It says it comes with an AC adapter, so make sure everything's in there. Make sure it comes with an AC adapter. Let's see. We have a little tray here. Have that. That's the top to it. Looks like that's where the AC adapter would plug into. There's like a tag in there that says for batteries. Maybe you gotta buy it separately. Let's see. Bonus AC adapter. Coins convert their. Says. Well, you know what? It does have a spot for batteries, so I think for, I think it's $4. $4.59. That should be a pickup. Obviously, we're gonna test it. I'm willing to take a gamble on it. Let's move on out of here. Okay. Let's move on out of this aisle. Okay. What is this? Western Digital Media Center. Man, it's really wedged in there. Okay, it's an old, like, hard drive situation. Alright, I'm gonna put some of this stuff back. I'm gonna go look around really quickly one more time, just to really jog through the glass and see if I see anything in there. Otherwise, that should be the end of this trip. Hey everybody, welcome to the end of the video. And I hope you guys enjoyed that trip over to Goodwill. That's one of the smaller Goodwills. We didn't pick up too much. But those coin banks, you saw in the video, those coin banks always sell. Every time I find them, I list them. They sell fairly quickly, within a few weeks. But just make sure to check the battery compartments. Some of them have plugs. That one, I think, said it came with a plug, but I think it was a separate adapter you had to buy. And but most of them work just with batteries. Usually C batteries, I believe. So make sure you have some C batteries around, because you're going to need that. And there's a lot of tools that you need, C, D batteries in general. You see me pick up battery chargers for cameras, and I've talked about this before, where always, handy they always come in handy. You never know when you're going to need one of those. There are different adapters to buy as well too. You can invest in. I have two universal power adapters that I use like for laptops and other devices that require, just a plug in the wall. So, I'm watching YouTube just like everybody else. I'm watching other sellers, resellers, everybody. Just trying to get latest tips and tricks. And what I really want to talk about today is more Yeah, kind of like the I still see a lot of negativity regarding reselling and or eBay. I see, a lot of people, a lot of new people making mistakes and, coming across as, you know, you, I've been doing this a long time. I know what to do, but then like, oh man, I made a mistake, and now, it's going to hurt my, my reselling business right now. So, just make sure you do your research, when you're watching my channel, make sure you do your research. I'm just a guy turn on the camera here just to show you guys videos. And I'm just trying to provide my expertise in the area that I think that, is where it's needed in finding items to resell. That's what I'm showing, where I'm going, where I'm picking up items. We could talk about the business aspect of things, but if you're not finding items, if you're not finding things that you're going to be able to resell, you've already, it's already a losing game. You got to find the right items to resell. And I hope that I'm finding, for you guys, I hope that I'm, just because of my diversity in what I sell, what I pick up, my knowledge base, I'm able to bounce around between a bunch of different categories and still find items to resell. Obviously, you guys know, you guys see in the videos, I tend to focus heavily on electronics. That's just one area that I'm comfortable with. And I went to school for computer engineering, and I just have an engineering mindset. I always focus on tinkering, things like that. But it also applies to what I'm doing here on eBay and stuff, and reselling is constantly trying to improve, constantly trying to find new ways to do things. That's why I'm out there watching other people. Some people are making mistakes, but sometimes they're doing some good stuff as well, and they found new ways to maybe use the eBay site, new items to resell. The latest bolos, as they call it. But bolos, the only problem with bolos is that they come and go. They'll be here for a moment and they'll be gone. Just like right now, the what do you call it? Little tiny Trader Joe bags, or like little miniature Trader Joe bags. That's going to come and go. If we're talking about electronic computer stuff, during the pandemic, what was really hot were graphics cards. They were just going through the roof. You can buy one at full retail and make double on it probably, because of cryptocurrency. Everybody's buying for cryptocurrency and gaming as well too. But that has come down, way down actually. The graphics card market, just because I follow it so closely, is some of the higher end graphics cards were hovering around $1,000, $1,100, $1,200 a card, which retail I think at the time was $5.99 if I remember correctly. And now those cards that used to sell for that price are below retail right now. So it's just pretty wild, like really below retail. I can get some great graphics cards that I was on the hunt for and maybe overpaid for during the pandemic. I can get them now for maybe like 1/3, 1/4 of the cost. So all these markets, everybody that's saying bolo, those bolos eventually come down. They don't stay bolos forever. The other one too, Glassy Baby. If anybody's familiar with Glassy Baby. Everyone's talking about Glassy Baby. It's still kind of hard to find out there in the wild. However, people are going to be able to find it. And those bolos are going to come down. Why? Because inventory is going to start to go up. And everybody that wants one is going to have one. Maybe they want a second one, but they're not going to pay as much as they did for the first one. So that's going to drive prices down. So, yes, bolos are good. They're good to look out for, but your everyday items that just sell all the time. One of the reasons why clothing resellers are so successful is because everybody buys clothing. Everybody looks for clothing, Everybody looks for vintage clothing. Everybody looks for modern clothing. Everybody's looking for that latest new style. So that's why clothing resellers are so successful and why there's so many of them. But to me, it's just a flooded market, which is why I don't want to be too much into it. I'll dip my toes into it, but that's about it. It's just too flooded. There's too many people out over there. There would be too much that I need to do to maintain a competitive advantage. And I just don't. I want to go have fun. There is, the hardcore business people. And you can follow those people here on YouTube. The hardcore people who are grinding. This is a business. We got to treat it like a business. Got to do this. I'm not all about that. If I want that, I'll just go get a job. I'll go go back, not go back or get more hours in my regular job. I'll work more than 1 day a week at the hospital if I want to do that. And just grind. I can work as many hours as I want at the hospital. Just grind 24/7, really. But that's not what I want. I don't want to grind. Make this a grind. Make this yeah. I want to have fun. I want to have fun while I'm doing this, and I want to be able to find cool, fun items. I'm looking. Like I've said, I'm looking for stuff from my childhood. My memories. I got that Voltron set, which is so cool. Not that I had, I had Legos when I was younger, and one set I'm really looking for is the Lego Forest Men. I have found bits and pieces of the set, but of those sets, but I'm really looking for a complete Forest Men set, primarily used, just because I'm gonna play with it and set it up. Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna play with it and set it up. But I found that Voltron. Now I didn't have the Lego Voltron. That's just a new thing. But I was a huge fan of Voltron. I did have the original Voltron toys. Put them all together. Of course, with the person that broke the sword. Sword always snapped in half. I remember. But I loved the Voltron set. So having it in Lego, and I wanted to get it. I remember when it first came out. We were actually in Disneyland when they first launched the Lego Voltron set, and I saw it there at the Disney store in downtown Disney. Lego store in downtown Disney, and I didn't buy it. I didn't pull the trigger back then. I don't know why. I don't know. I was buying other sets at the time, and I was like, then eventually they discontinued it, and now you can't get it brand new retail, so you have to go to secondary market. And I'm glad I found it at the flea market and was able to add it to my collection. And so that's really just having fun with it is key, in my opinion, to keep it long term, to keep it going long term. Yeah, some people find fun in making the money, but to me, okay, so you definitely want to hold on. Sorry about that. Let's fix the battery here. Get the battery going. So as I was saying, just having fun doing this job, and that brings me enjoyment. Some people it might not. And I'm pretty sure the people that are watching are people that want to either get into it or have fun doing it or be able to have fun and, make money at the same time. So, also too, don't get too discouraged about everyone on here. You're going to get videos recommended and people are going to be, talking about how, bad it is, prices are high, eBay is holding them back, all this other stuff. But yeah, I have an engineer's mindset. So whenever I look at something, it's like, someone tells me, they present you with a project, I need to put this, square peg in a round hole, then all right, cool, I'll make it happen. That's what engineers do. They make it happen. They make it work. You might be like, you kind of like, not necessarily, I wouldn't say making the impossible happen, because if something's truly impossible, it's truly impossible. But just making things happen that you wouldn't necessarily think could happen. So when it comes to reselling, there's all these challenges. I just make it happen. I find solutions to make it work. And that's really, I'm just solution-based, solution-focused. I don't focus or dwell on problems. Focus on finding a solution. And there usually is a solution. Most issues, there's a solution out there. So finding solutions to your problems and getting it done. And one of the ways I want to try to help people out there, if people want to do this or just enjoy the video, is shopping, finding items that resell well on eBay. Primarily eBay. We do sell other places, primarily eBay. I just pretty much what I want to focus on. eBay's the big dog in the in the yard. Okay, all right. Let's go over to the what solds, and I'll show you some cool items. Okay, we're on to the what solds. If you guys have been here before, everything's gonna pop up to my right. And I talked about this before, but these Russian nesting dolls, definitely be on the lookout for these. You can usually get them for a really good price, and they'll sell from $20 on up. I did sell some recently. It only had 3 pieces in it. It was kind of broken. It still sold for $15, so still a decent price, and you can still get them for pretty low. If I remember correctly, I got these at the Goodwill. I think they're around $3-ish or so, if I remember correctly. There might be a video on here too as well, on my channel, of me actually picking these up. But these nesting dolls sell incredibly well. Obviously, if you want to get the older ones do a lot better than the more modern ones. But the more, the better. This sold for $20. I was hoping to go for a little bit more, but they shot me an offer at $20, and I was like, I got them such cheap prices. I already sold several of them off that I had picked up from this same trip that I got all these, and we're already making money. So pretty good. I'm willing to move it along. And if you look at this one goes like really tiny. Look how tiny that last one is. If you guys can see it in the picture, I think the bigger picture is down here, but it got really tiny. So I've never seen one like, well, I've seen them, but it's pretty rare you find the ones with actual tiny, because those always get lost. So next item is silverware. And I've talked about silverware, looking out for it, picking it up. It does really well. Look out for some major name brands like Oneida, Rogers. There's Rogers silverware, but it doesn't do that good. It's okay. If it's dirt cheap, I'll pick it up. But Rogers will sit for a long time. I just sold some, what did I sell? I think it was Rogers Atomic Star, which was a little bit more of an outlier. And that sold pretty well as well. Sold good. But J.A. Hinkles is definitely a brand to look out for. This is a little bit more of a contemporary, modern, kind of minimalistic type of design. As you can see, it really doesn't have any design on the handle at all. So, but it is a good brand to look out for. It definitely has a nice heavy weight to it. And a set of 8, it sold for $20, so not bad. And if I remember correctly, I think I got this at the flea market, and I remember paying $5 for a huge bundle. So I have more forks. I've already sold other forks as well too, J.A. Hinkles. And this is a mix of salad and dinner forks. Salad forks are smaller forks. Dinner forks are the longer ones, and there's even smaller forks like for fish or shellfish, I should say. Okay. Then we sold a backpack. I'm also looking for backpacks. Backpacks do incredibly well. Usually, you got to sift through quite a few backpacks to find anything good. But we found this one. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing it correctly, but it's Muto. It's a Korean martial arts backpack. I found it. It was in great condition, and it was great quality as well too, which is what prompted me to actually look it up. I was like, this nice quality backpack. It actually has like a rain covering for the bag on the bottom. It's a little zipper, and then you pull it out, and it'll actually cover the bag and an additional protection for rain. But just a really cool backpack, and $63. Backpacks do incredibly well. And one good thing, and one thing I like about backpacks, is I do carry a large padded poly bags that I use. They're multi-purpose, and I probably haven't said this recently, but when I buy shipping supplies, I buy supplies I can use in multiple scenarios. I don't buy like 12 by 10, 14 by 15, 20 by 10. No, I buy one size, usually oversized, because then I can use it for multiple different types of items, like items like this, items like portfolios, and I can switch this over to backpacks if I really need to, because this is going to go in a padded poly bag. That way you don't waste money on just supplies, and you just have a bunch of different sizes sitting around. Don't waste money on supplies. Okay, so really cool backpack, definitely one to look out for. $63 is what it sold for. The other thing to always be on the lookout for, I used to pick this up a lot when I was younger, when we were chasing autographs, are mini helmets. And mini helmets are great for autographs, getting autographs. Also great for display. You don't have the big full-size ones. It's going to take up less space. And this actually had 2 colleges on it. 2 colleges kind of well known for their sports programs, LSU and Clemson. So it was just, I guess it was from the college football championship of 2020. I'm not too familiar with college football, but I do know the colleges to look out for when I see them out there. And this sold for $21, and we picked this up at Goodwill. This one took a little over 3 months to sell. This one took more like 4 months to sell. But eventually it did. It doesn't take up much space. It's small, fairly unbreakable, and should go pretty nicely in a small little box. But those are the what's sold, and I hope the what's solds are cool items that you haven't seen before. I know I threw in an extra one today just because my main video was a little bit short, so I thought I'd throw in an extra sold there to show you guys, some more cool items. And I think that's it. Hit the like video by hitting the thumbs up. Subscribe to the video, and hit the bell notification because we are dropping lives now every Thursday, barring unforeseen circumstances. Every Thursday, we're going to do a live show from the flea market, and about an hour and a half, usually how long it takes for the battery to die in the GoPro. And I can't set them up ahead of time, so I have to set them up on the spot, so you'll just get notified once it's live. So you definitely want to hit that bell notification there to catch those. There is a big-time locker buyer here in the area. He buys a lot of lockers, up in our state, and he came across some really great lockers recently. Bunch of vintage t-shirts, tons of vintage t-shirts. When I came across a whole bunch of Funkos, which aren't really that great, but he did come across a huge Funko lot, and he also came across a huge brand new lot of Nike shoes from I don't know. It was I was watching his video, and there were a bunch of shoes from Shoe Palace. It's a local retailer, and a bunch of Nike shoes, brand new in the box with receipts and everything. So he scored pretty big this past weekend. So we might run into him this Thursday, and I definitely want to, if he's there, we might see some amazing merchandise this Thursday. Are we going to be able to buy it? I don't know. We'll have to check his prices because but he's a reseller too. He's making a living. He's out there trying to make a living. Obviously, I'm pretty sure he paid up for these lockers, and he's going to want to make his money back and profit as well too. And he primarily sells at the flea market. Hopefully, we will catch him this Thursday. I don't think he's been there the last few Thursdays. I know he's primarily there on Sundays, and he goes to other flea markets in the state as well too, or around us locally in the Bay Area, some like Central Valley, I think is what it's called, like Modesto-ish area in California. But hopefully we'll run into him, get a chance to chat with him for a bit, and see some of his amazing merchandise that he gets. But stay tuned for that. That'll be on Thursday, but we'll have another video drop in on Wednesday. Every Monday, Wednesday, Fridays when we drop videos here. Otherwise, catch you in the next one.